Hey Sarthak, shall we start or wait?
We can get started, Shubham. More people will be joining in soon.
Okay, I have messaged you on WhatsApp also.
Okay.
Please check. Okay. Hello everyone. So today we are gathered here to like uh, have a session on mastering product-based company interviews. And in this session, basically, I'm going to teach you some of the things that I basically used myself to get interview calls from product-based companies, and I'm going to share my journey as well. So let's get started. A brief intro about me. So this is Shubham Khanna, and I'm currently working as a STE. I worked as a STE at Agoda RCZM, that's a D-Show company, and I'm also working as an interview expert with third-party companies like Barres or HireRange, where I've taken more than 200 plus interviews for freshers and working professionals. And if you are interested, you can book a free trial session using the QR here. And in the session, I'm going to share the agenda. Before that, I need to know a little things about you. I'm going to start a poll. I request you to just answer it. You will find the poll like at the bottom right corner. There are three triangle, circle, and square. You will find a poll here. I request you to fill it. I'm moving to the next poll also. So there will be three polls. You have to just simply fill in the appropriate answer. I request you everyone to complete the poll so that we can move to the next slide. There will be three questions. So first one is what is your current experience? Second one is what is your target company? And the third one is what is your current preparation status? So anyone who is joining just now, just to let you know, there is a poll and the poll will have three questions. I request you to fill those questions. The first question is what is your current experience? Second one is what is your target company? And the third one is what is your preparation status? I can see only 6 to 7 votes. Okay. This poll will stay. Like you can fill it. Let's move to the next slide. We can move to the next slide, Sarthak, right? The poll will be still there.
Right.
Okay. Let's move to the next slide. I'm going to tell you what we are going to cover in this session. So first thing, I will tell you some of the product-based companies I have given first-hand interview at, and the second one, I will share the like strategy that I use to get the interview calls, and the third part is how to prepare for the product-based companies. So the preparation, what all things we need to focus, that we will share in this part, and then we will look into the pre-placed one-on-one long-term mentorship, and at the end we will reserve some minute, maybe 10 to 15 minutes for Q&A. Okay. Fine. Let's get started. So before I've already told about me, these are some of the companies that I've like in the last year I've given interviews at. So most of them are product-based companies, Mang and some startups as well. So you can look at these companies, and maybe if some of you are is targeting in any of this particular company, you can ask questions related to maybe what was the rounds or how I will prepare for a certain company. So these are just some of the companies that I've given interviews and I've got offers from. So you can look at the list, and if any of this is at your target company, maybe you can, like, at the Q&A we can discuss how to prepare for that particular XYZ company. That's why I have shared this list. So in case any of you is having a particular company in mind, you can ask me questions regarding that company. So yeah, at the Q&A you can ask company specific questions related to me. Okay. So I've already shared you the companies that I have got interviews at. Now I'm going to tell you how I get the interview calls here. So basically there is some processes that I have followed, but there are three processes, one, two, three. But before that, there are some prerequisite. By prerequisite, I mean these are some of the things that you need to do before you start applying for a job. So the prerequisite here you can see on the left side. First is modify your resume to match the keywords in the job description. Let's say you are going for a Python developer, then you can't show yourself as a Java developer. Or maybe you are the company requires some AWS or something. So try to match the keywords. It's not sometimes like what happens. The keywords are not there. Maybe they are requiring Git, Spring Boot, Hibernate, maybe whatever the technology is. If our resume is not matching the keywords, then it is difficult for it to getting selected. So the first thing as a prerequisite is to try to match the almost all the keywords that are in the job description. Then the second thing is you have to add some link to the relevant project. So if you are a fresher or maybe a student or even a working professional, you should have a working link to your project, so that when the hiring manager is going to look at your resume and he clicks on the project, he should be able to view some deployed project, maybe whatever you have done. So it should be deployed somewhere so that it is visible more clearly to the hiring manager or the recruiter. So add the links to the relevant projects. That's the second prerequisite. And the third one, once we are ready with the resume, then we can go to either of the three processes to get the interview call. So the process one is try to connect with the recruiter or the hiring manager directly who posted the job. So if you are maybe looking at LinkedIn or Insta or any another job board, you will find the person who is basically posted the job. So try to connect with that hiring manager or the recruiter, and maybe that will get a little bit things get fast tracked. So if that's the possibility, try with the process one. If that is not possible, you don't know who is the recruiter or who is the hiring manager, then the process two will be you can try to get a referral from an employee of your target company. And let's say I want to get a call from Amazon. So I will try to connect with some employees of Amazon, and I can share my resume, I can share about a little background about myself and ask for a referral. So this is the second fastest way to get a call. Referral, I will say, the second fastest way. So if you're not able to connect with the hiring manager or the recruiter directly, try to get a referral. This is also like the turnaround time is within 1 or 2 weeks. So maybe go for a referral if you can't find a hiring manager or recruiter directly. And if both the processes are not possible, let's say you are not able to get the process one and the process two, then you can go for the process three, that is directly apply with the careers page or the job board like LinkedIn or Insta. So you can go to the job board and apply there. So the turnaround time here will be maybe up to 1 month. So that's the third process. So process one is the fastest, process two is like medium fast, and the third one is like we are not sure when we will hear back once we apply at the career page. uh, so if you are following process one or two or three, the fourth step, that is like once you have done the thing, you should also take a follow up. Let's say I've asked a referral to some employee, you should follow up maybe after 6 or 7 days, like have you done it or not, or like in a good tone. So that, like, sometimes what happens, if you are asking for a referral, the other person might have forgotten it. So you should have a follow up, like what is the process and all. So even if you are talking with the recruiter or the hiring manager or even with the employee, try to get the follow ups as possible, as like as often as possible. So that's going to keep the things in track. Yeah. So this before that, like I see some of you have already joined, like joined right now. I can share some of the companies. I'm going to the previous slide again. You can see the previous slide. So in the previous slide, what I was telling, These are some of the product-based companies I have given interviews, so you can take a look at it. And if you have any of the company as a target company, I can help you with the criteria or the rounds that these companies take. So if any of this company is a target company, you can make a note and ask me question related to that company in the end. Okay. And the next one is how I get the interview call. So I already mentioned it. So there should be three processes. One is to try to connect with the recruiter directly. Second one is get a referral. And the third one is apply to a career page if you're not able to get with the process one or process two. So these are the three processes based on which I was able to get all these interview calls. But I followed the prerequisite as well. The prerequisite were modify the resume to match the keyword, add links to relevant projects, and follow the processes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's move to the next one. In case if you have any doubt or query, you can put that in the chat. We will have a question and answer at the end. But just in case if you have any doubt, you can simply put it in the chat. I will try to reply it. Now, since we know how to get an interview call, the second thing is how to prepare for the product based company. Now you know how you will get a call, but getting a call will not get you the offer. So for getting the offer, you need the preparation. For preparation for product based companies, it's a little different than the service based companies. You need to follow few of the things. So I have mentioned some of them. Like first one is the resume optimization that I already told in the last slide also. But this is the most important part. You have to tailor your resume to highlight your relevant skills and experience, emphasize your contributions to product to projects and any impact you made. Maybe you won some contest, you did participate in a hackathon, or maybe you did something like achievement. You should basically put that in the resume so that uh, your resume is optimized. So this is the first step. Then the second step is build a strong foundation. Strengthen your fundamentals in computer science and engineering. So the product-based company usually have rigorous technical interviews. So make sure you have a solid understanding of data structures, algorithm, and other core concepts. And the third one is personal projects and contributions. So if you are a fresher or a student or even a working professional, so work on some personal coding projects or contribute to the open source projects. So basically by doing this, it demonstrates that you have a passion for coding and showcase your ability to work on real world projects. So either work on your pet projects or try to contribute to open source projects. So these things are going to definitely help you in your preparation for the product based companies. Moving to the next one, if you are not able to do some pet projects or contribute to open source, you should maybe try the next path. So problem solving and competitive programming. If you are not having any good projects, what you can do, you can maybe participate and practice problem solving and participate in some competitive programming contest. Go through websites like LeetCode, HackerRank, Codeforces. These are some excellent resources to basically hone your coding skills. So either this one or the other one. So by what I mean, either you should have some good projects in your resume or you should have a good ranking in any of this coding platform, maybe LeetCode or CodeChef or Codeforces. So try to get in either one of these two directions. No need to get both of them. Like either do some good cool projects or maybe try to focus on the problem solving and competitive programming. So either this one or that one. So um, now the next part, this one is also very important. Like if you have given an interview, this also comes very handy: behavioral and communication skill. What do we mean by behavioral and communication skills? So these are, like in the product based company, often value the teamwork and effective communication. So being able to express your ideas clearly is essential. So if you are preparing for a product based company, you should have a good behavioral and communication skills. So this is one more part that most of the students and the freshers miss out. So if you are not good in communication and behavioral skills, then it has a huge impact on the overall interview. So try to work on these part as well. And finally, the most important, once you have done the several steps, the last one is mock interview and mock test. So the more you give the mock interviews or the real world interviews, the more you will get confidence. So I would suggest you to practice some of the mock interviews with friends or some mentors. Mock test can help you get comfortable with the interview process and identify areas where you need improvement. So once you have done with the different steps, like your resume is optimized, your foundation is done, you have done some personal project, you have done some problem solving, you have done some DSA system design. So once you are done with all of these things, the last step is mock interview and mock test. So give as many mock interviews and mock test as possible. So this will reduce the anxiety and like it will make you more comfortable in the real interview. So try to give as many interviews as possible, right? So this is it about the how to prepare for the product-based companies. I will repeat again: resume optimization, strong foundation, personal projects, problem solving, behavioral communication skill, and finally mock interviews. Now I will tell you how the pre-placed one-on-one long mentorship will help you here. So let's say you are here, if you can see, looking for a job. That's our starting stage. And how I will help you? I will basically help you understand your needs and problems in your preparation journey. So I will be your guide in your preparation strategy, and we will identify your skill gaps and discuss how I can support you in a long-term mentorship. So first, we will try to evaluate your current preparation level. Then we will try to come up uh, with a structured curriculum so that we can follow that and get our preparation, get a complete preparation for the product based company. And we will also define a timeline for you to get job ready. So it's not like it will depend. If you are already good in, let's say, some of the things like DSN coding, then it will not be going to take like more than 3 or 4 months. So it will depend on person to person based on your current um, based on your current preparation level. Maybe you take 1 month or maybe you take 3 months. That will depend on your current basically current status. So what you can do, um, before going to a long term mentorship, you can book a trial session. You can get to know what is your current level, how much time you need to basically get interview ready. So and that also I am going to share in the last. So you can book a trial session before taking a long term mentorship to understand what is your current strategy, how I'm going to help you, what all things we are going to cover, right? So once we, this is in the trial session, that if that is the step one. Once you get the trial session, I will help you in identifying your current preparation status and what all things we need to work on, how we can improve our current preparation level. Once we are done with the trial session, then we will come to long term mentorship. So if you go with a long term mentorship, there are some things that we are going to cover. First one is going to be upskill and evaluate. By upskill and evaluate, we mean like teaching a certain topic, resources for concept clarity. I already told, like structured curriculum will be shared. Then there will be project and hands-on support, regular evaluation via mock. We might have a weekly or bi-weekly mock interviews. And finally, there will be some resume reviews and all. We will do the resume optimization. So these are some of the things that we are going to cover in the long-term mentorship. Other than that, there will be constant interaction. There will be timely follow-ups. There will be ad hoc calls, and there will be a 24/7 chat support as well. And finally, coming to the placement assurance, once we are done with all the things, once we are confident, like we are interview ready, then Preplaced has a placement assurance also. So you will get assistance in applying for job. You will get job referrals from me as well as my fellow mentors also. So we will help you uh, get referrals in your target or dream company. And we will also help you maybe in the salary negotiation or any step in the process. So we are going to provide you a complete support from like looking for a job to getting a job. The whole journey we will be going to be your guide and your support system throughout. Now we can open for the Q&A. So if you have any doubt, maybe regarding the long-term mentorship or maybe any company-related doubt or preparation strategy, we can now, you can unmute yourself and ask the questions. And if you don't want to unmute yourself, you can simply put it in the chat. I will try to reply it. Okay. So anyone wants to unmute himself and ask any question, or shall I
Shubham,
go?
there are some questions in the chat.
Yes, yes, I'm seeing. I'm going through the chat. Before that, anyone? Okay, let's go for the chat one by one. So first question is from Priya. From where we can do system design? Please tell. So for system design, there are like numerous resources on. Uh, like if you go on internet, there are numerous resources, but I would suggest you to start from a textbook. Maybe you can start from a textbook like Designing Data Intensive Application by Martin Klapman. That is a very good book on system design. You can follow that, Priya. um, and other than that, you can maybe look at on some company tech blogs. So try to visit some of the tech blogs, maybe Airbnb. All the companies have their tech blogs, so try to look at their tech blogs, and they basically give a little bit layout about their product. So either go through the textbook, and other than that, go through some technical blogs, maybe follow a newsletter like byte go, and there are various resources. But first thing would be, if you want to get a concrete knowledge, you should start with a system design book. I suggested one, that is Designing Data Intensive Application. You can start with that. Next question is from Tushar. In on-campus placement, will they ask system design? So Tushar, it depends on the company you want to interview at. So most of the companies don't ask system design, but there are few companies that ask a little bit of system design, not a high-level design, but the low-level design. Or you can expect machine coding. So companies like Cred and PhonePe, they have something like machine coding round, where you have to do a low-level design, and basically there might be some high level design also. So system design is there, but not for most of the companies. So 90% of the companies don't have the system design, but 10% does have. Next question from Tushar. I am doing Flutter, would you guys will help me in that? Yes, Tushar, we can help you in that. Then the next one, can anyone tell me good DSA group? Where can you share our doubts? So Tushar, I think we have in Preplaced we have this circles. Sarthak, can you tell about this circle? I think there they can ask the DSA doubts, right?
Right. Circle is our community. We will be sharing links so that you can join that community, and over there you can ask, connect with your peers. Other than that, there is a forum. I'm just sharing the link of forums. There you can post your doubts, and all the mentors that are available on the platform will be able to respond back to your query and clear your doubts.
Okay. So he's asking on Telegram. I think there's a WhatsApp group also, right, Sarthak?
Yes, I'll share the link for that as well.
Okay. Let's move to the next question. Could you share your LinkedIn ID or any Telegram channel? Please reply. Okay, I will share my LinkedIn ID as well, and the WhatsApp channel, that for your doubt and support you can. Basically, you can join the Preplaced Circle community. That there you can post your doubts and all. So Priya, like Sarthak will share. You can check that one. And the next one is from Arun. What kind of questions we can expect, like hard to medium, and also most important topic? So Arun, it depends on the company you are targeting. Like not all the companies have a hard or medium level question. So it will depend on which kind of companies you are targeting. So some companies are asking a lot of hard DSA questions. Some ask medium. So it depends on the company that you want to target. But you can expect medium level questions in almost all the companies. Next question from Shovik. I am doing an internship and I have deployed three big projects and I have lead one of the projects too. But the thing is, I have very little knowledge of DSA, like I am preparing for it. What do you suggest? So Shovik, what I would suggest you, you can take a long-term membership, long-term mentorship for the DSA, where we can work on your DSA skills. We will basically try to upgrade your DSA skills. I will provide you some curriculum to follow, and we will do some mock interviews and all. So as to help you in the DSA part, so that you get confident and basically apply for any job in the product based company. So for the DSA, you can book a trial session with me, and like we can discuss in detail what is your current level and what all preparation you will need. So for that, Shavik, you can basically try to book a trial session with me where we can discuss in detail. Next one from Prathamesh. I am almost ready to start giving interviews and started to apply for interviews from starting of this month, but not getting any call back. What do you suggest? Anything need to be done? So Prathamesh, I have already discussed some of the strategies that I have used while like getting the interview calls. So you can maybe use the same, and if not, you can maybe try to maybe you can go with a long term mentorship and get your skills little bit better in the skills, and Preplaced will help you in the referrals and all. So that is one more thing you can try. um, there is a link in the chat, you can see book one-on-one free trial session, so you can open this link and um, try to get a free trial session so that we can discuss your current level in detail. It will not be, we will not be able to like cover each and every one in detail in a single call. So I would suggest every one of you who is interested like to target product based companies or upskill himself, I would suggest you to at least book a trial session so that we can discuss in depth what is your current level of preparation and how what all things we need to improve. So I think in the chat you will find the link to book one-on-one trial session. So do that. Next one, how to prepare Angular interview questions. For Angular interview questions, you can basically um, go through some of the textbooks, and like if you go online, there will be a lot of Angular resources. But for interview questions, I would suggest you to be good in the basics, know in and out of the language, um, and maybe do some mock interviews. That will be very helpful. So Yogeshwar, you can try to do some mock interviews maybe with your friends or with some mentor. That will help you in your Angular interview preparation. Next one, please tell me book name and YouTube channel. Okay, I will. I've already told the name. I will write it in the chat also. The book name is Designing Data Intensive Application that I use for system design. But there are other books also. You can start with anyone. Next one from Ankita. Is it possible to crack a product-based company without DSA and not an unemployment gap? So like a product-based companies do ask DSA questions, but I think there are a couple of companies that don't ask DSA, but they will go into machine coding, and you will have to be good in a particular language. Like you should be good in LLD and HLD. So you can, but I would suggest like you should be good in DSA. You should spend some time like DSA preparation. You can be good in DSA maybe from 3 to 6 months. So try to cover the DSA, because if you are good in DSA, then the opportunities will be very vast. Almost all the companies have a DSA round, and if you're not good in DSA, then it is a drawback. So I would suggest you to try to work on the DSA. Next question, Aishwarya, designing data intensive application. Yeah, that's the book name. Now next, Deepak, I want to join startup for front end developer. What is expectations from fresher? So Deepak, if you are wanting to join a startup, let's say like a Cred or some other good startup for front end developer, then the expectations are you should have some good projects deployed. You should know the in and out of, let's say, React or Angular, and you should basically uh, be able to give the front end interviews. You know in depth the front end frameworks related to React or whatever you are doing. So basically, for the front end developer, you should be having some good portfolio website. That will be a very good advantage in your case. um, how to book a trial session with you? So Shavik, can you have you been able to book a trial session, or maybe I will guide you how to book a trial session at the end. That's not an issue. um, so Replaced meeting, we have already shared the link. You can get the link. Now the next question is from Vikas. I have approx 2 years of experience in Java, but the main problem is I did BCA and result of MCA is pending due to some reason. Can I get job in product-based company only based on the BCA degree? And last is how to start DSA problem. So Vikas, yeah, you can basically try to get interview calls and you can start preparing the DSA. I would suggest you to book a trial session so that we can discuss in detail how we can work on your DSA skills. Next one is Roshan, how to prepare DSA at interview level. So Roshan, for interviewing at DSA level, you have to follow some of the curriculum. Like you have to be good in certain topics like did dynamic programming, graphs, and all. So I would suggest you to have a call with me. I will provide you some of the topics that you can prepare for getting the interview ready, and I will suggest you some of the resources to get started for the interview preparation. Next one is Aishwarya. How does your educational background, such as your CGPA, affect while applying to MANG? So the CGPA matters only if, in case you are a fresher, some companies ask you to have a CGPA of 7 or 8. If you are a fresher, so CGPA in some companies like ask for CGPA if you are like on the on campus, but in the off campus the CGPA criteria is a little relaxed. So in case if you are not able to get the like a campus opportunity because of your CGPA, you can try for off campus. So certain companies relax the CGPA criteria, so you can try that. I am working in a service-based company with 2 LPA and want to move out. What should be maximum minimum skills for at least 5 LPA? So Jitesh, I would suggest you to book a trial session with me. I will try to get a little bit more details about you, and I will try to guide you how to transition from a service-based company to a product-based company. Um, okay. Balkishan, with the help of some website like Signal Hire and are able to get mail IDs of HR. And so my question is, my mail IDs are connect or is it worth to mail on those IDs? Okay, so Balkishan, I would suggest you to try to send the mails or even try to connect with the recruiters on LinkedIn. That will be helpful in trying to get an interview call. Next is Roshan. I am recent graduate. Considering I am proficient in DSA, can I get referral part and how much time to get placed? So Roshan, for that I need to basically evaluate your current preparation level. So for that you can book a trial session with me. I will try to access your current status, preparation status, and based on that I will try to provide a certain estimate when you will get interview ready. Next one is Sandeepan Das. Most companies in our college are coming for software developer role. What kind of skill set and resume will help me stand out in the company? What kind of projects and certifications will make my resume good? So Sandeepan, I have already shared the things. What all things you should have in the resume? So you should have some good projects which are deployed. So you should have at least 2 projects in your resume that are deployed somewhere, and if you someone goes through the resume, they can actually see the deployed application. So that's one thing you should do in your resume to stand out. And second one is you should either be good in some like you should have a very good coding project or you should be good in DSA or some competitive programming. So either of the two paths you can take, and for more like details we can also connect and discuss in detail your case. Okay. For the software developer role, the skill set is you should have good data structure algorithm. You should have good knowledge of certain programming language. Let's say you are a Java or Python developer, so you should have know the ins and outs of a programming language. You should know about DSA. You should know about operating system, computer network. So you should know the core of the computer engineering. That's some of the skill set that are required. DBMS, operating system. If you are talking as a fresher, because some of the interviews will have the technical round there where they grill you on the this part, the technical concepts. So I would suggest you to work on that skill set also. Fine. So anyone who is not able to book a trial session, I will quickly guide you how to book a trial session. So what you can do, you can simply scan this QR or you can visit app.preplaced.in. That's the website. You can open this website, and if you search for my name Shubham Khanna, you will see my profile, and there you will find the option to book a free trial. I will show you once again, like let's open the website so that it's easier for you. I go to app.preplaced.in. This is the landing page. You can see my screen. Let me share it again. So anyone who is not able to book a trial session, I will show you how to do that. Okay. So I have opened this website app.preplace.in. Yeah.
Yeah, your screen was not visible earlier.
Yes, yes. I'm sharing it again. So basically the URL is app.preplace.in. I am typing in chat also app.preplaced.in. So when you open this link, you will get to this website. And if you scroll a little down, you can see my profile, Shubham Khanna. And there you can find the option in the black button, book a free trial session. So I would suggest every one of you who is attending the interview, who is attending this call, to basically book a trial session with me, so that we can get a little bit more depth about what is your current preparation strategy, and we can discuss on some of the options we need to, basically some of the things we need to work on to get you interview ready. So this is how you can basically go to the app.preplace.in, then you can book a trial session. Any doubts, you can unmute yourself, and any questions you can unmute and ask. I'm open to it. You can select the time and date.
Sir, sir, please one more time repeat this because network issue in my laptop.
Sure, sure, no problem. So what you need to do, you need to go to, first of all, app.preplace.in. This is the website. Yeah, you can see. Now, if you scroll a little
Yes,
down,
sir.
you can see my profile, Shubham Khanna, or you can even search in, uh, you can search on the first, here you can search Shubham, and you will find my profile. And when you see the profile, there are two options. You can go through my profile. It will tell you about like what all things I have done. I have my experience, the number of sessions I have taken, my mentees rating, what all skills I possess, and here you can book for a trial session. And you will come to this screen. Here you can select the date and time to, let's say I want to connect with Shubham on Monday, let's say 9 p.m. I will select this time and I will click on reserve a slot, and then you can click on book trial.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. You can simply click on the book a free trial session. That's how you can start. You can book a trial session with me. And they have also shared the link for pre-placed. Uh, like if you have any doubts for pre-placed mentor, you can open this link app.preplaced.in/forums. Any doubt you have like related to preparation or uh, any company or interview strategy, you can go through this forum, app.preplaced.in/forums. And Sarthak has also shared the WhatsApp community. You can join this WhatsApp group again, to get to know any questions or any doubts that you might have. So either you can go through the forums or you can go through this WhatsApp group. Most of the companies are postponing the joining dates or not giving the offer letters. Can this situation change with your help, sir? So Roshan, the thing is, you should not basically rely on one or two companies. Try to apply to as many companies and as possible, and maybe get try to get offer letters for some of the companies. Like I would suggest you to give more interviews and try to get as many offer letters as possible. Maybe improve your preparation or work on your interview skills so that you can get more offers, so that you don't have to rely on one or two companies. And I would say most of the product based companies don't do this thing, like they don't change the offer letter or delay the joining date. So try to focus on product based companies. Anyone has any question before we close the call? Like we have 5 more minutes. So if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself, and or you can basically put it in the chat. I will try to reply. And if you have something that you want to discuss, you can book a trial session.
Sir, I am currently pursuing my BSc degree in information technology and
Okay.
second year of my in running phase. So also I am completed the certification course of React developer Someone says me, sir, if you are not completed your degree, so you face difficulty to join any company and companies are not allow you.
That's not the case in all the companies. Yeah, that's sure some companies do that, but what like, even if you don't have a degree, some companies don't like ask for the degrees. So it depends like what kind of company you are interviewing at. So I would suggest you to maybe try to do some internships before that, or try to get a PPO from the company, and like try to give interviews at more companies, not just few of them. Like not all the companies judge you based on your degree. So try to work on your preparation, and try to get as many interview calls as possible.
Sir, can you tell me about how do I prepare for internship and how?
Deepak, for internship and all, like it's similar to the normal getting jobs. So it's not very difficult getting a full-time job and an internship. So the preparation is almost same. Have you booked a trial session?
Sir, I am book after a few minutes.
Okay, okay. So do one thing. You can book a trial session with me. I will try to like know what is your current preparation strategy, and based on that, I will try to suggest you some of the things that we can work on. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, if I want to join your institute, then fees is compulsory
Sorry.
10,000 per month is mandatory. Yeah,
No,
some
no.
discount.
So there will be discount on more than 1 month, and there will be some concessional coupons also. So let's do a trial session first, then we can come to this part. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
There will be some promotional offers that will be there to help you. Like
O-
the final amount will be low.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Anyone has any questions before we wind up? Vikas has question. Can I resign within bond period? So Vikas, you can resign within bond period. The thing is, in certain cases, they will not ask you for the amount like for the bond, but there might be some legal issue. Um, but this is a very complicated question. I won't be able to provide much info here. So for this bond period, maybe you can try to connect with someone with uh, knowledge related to this bonds and all. But I would suggest you, if you get a good job somewhere, no need to worry about the bond. You can pay that bond amount and go to a better company. So don't let the bond let you like stuck in your job. Okay. Yeah, Vikas, you have any question? Okay. Anyone else has any question? We have 2 more minutes. You can basically put the question or unmute yourself.
Sir, in communication in English is mandatory for all the coders.
Sorry.
Sir, communication is mandatory for all the coder in English.
Communication, yeah, like all most of the companies want you to communicate in English. Like some startups, they don't focus more on the English communication, but like if you talk about the product based company, most of them would like you to have a good